Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel. And as promised, this is the bonus video that I promised you last Friday morning here in June. I created these really sweet cards using the Strawberry Harvest 3D embossing folder bundle from the Gina K Designs kit. I did one in craft before, and then on camera I did it in white. Thought I was going to really like this white one. It was going to be my favorite, and I really like how the craft makes the sentiment and the center really pop. So the bonus card using the 3D embossing folder. This is the Strawberry Harvest from Gina K Designs. And I did show you this. It's this thank you card that uses one of the grip mat background stamps. And it looks like a little plate of strawberries. We're going to dress that up a little bit more and make it look a little more like a plate. And then I use several different items from the Master Layout series from Gina K Designs. So let's go ahead. I'm going to leave this card here on the desk, and I'm going to show you all the different sets that I've got everything cut out, but I'm going to show you all the different sets. So definitely this Strawberry Fields, which is currently part of the, what's it called? Sunny Days and Breezy Nights card kit. And it'll be available through the premiere of the July kit. And I'm not sure if Gina she has publicly stated that it's either Tuesday, July 7th or Tuesday, July 14th. She's not 100% sure. Check her YouTube channel. And if I get information, I'll update you as much as I can. So the panels, front and back, we're using Master Layouts 1, these two large rectangles. Then this beautiful little decorative border, that is from Master Layouts 18, and this little border here. And then, yep, that's the only thing I used from that. And this plate, it's the scalloped circle and the plain, actually it's a stitch circle from Master Layout 15. The stitched circle is 2 inches, and plain round, let's see, that's stitch circle, plain round stamp is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So this is 2 1/4 and 2. So if whatever you have in your stash for circles, if you don't have the Master Layouts, this is 2, and then the bottom one is 2 1/4. And this thank you is from Spring Things, and I might do a happy birthday just because. And then the other thing I'm going to do to make the pattern on the plate, this circle here from Master Layout 9, which is 1 3/4. I'm going to die cut that out from Masking Magic, and I found my Masking Magic, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull a little piece out. I've got a piece that's already ready to go, and I will get that cut. And I'm going to use, what stencil is the roundabout stencil, and I'm going to use this stencil here. So let me grab a blending brush, get this die cut, and I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed the grip mat, double background grip mat, and I have already made, and I'm going to link the video because I already made the strawberries, and I did that in the original Strawberry Harvest video, and I used, I think this is grip mat 2. It's this, I think they call this a houndstooth pattern, and it's got these little bow ties. I think it's really cute. But I need the back side because from Master Layout, and I had it 14 or 15, I already put them away. And I think that was Master Layout 15, excuse me, the circle. So this is the stitch circle, which is the 2-inch circle. And this is the Masking Magic. And I trimmed my fingernails, so I'm going to use my Cricut pokey tool to pull the backing off. And I want this smack in the center as best I can. Not quite in the center. So we're going to pull it up and try again. Nope. You'd think I'd be able to get this centered. It's just a circle. Okay, we're going to call that done. And I have my ink stand from the inkstand shop, and this is cherry red. I have my little mini brush, and I said I was going to use this one. This is the one I want to use, and I'm going to try to line this up as best I can. And you know what? I'm going to use my bigger red brush. Where is my large red brush? And I don't know what was on my large red brush. Oh, and it's a little crunchy, so I need to soften it up a little. So I'm going to grab a little bit of alcohol. Sometimes some of my brushes get a little crunchy if I don't use them often. I don't use my red a whole lot, so let me see how that's feeling. I've got just a paper towel that I'm unfortunately a little off camera, and I'm just trying to soften that up just a little, because I don't remember what red I had last. That is really crunchy. So you know what? In times like that, I always have a stash of new brushes. I don't think, oh yeah, that was really crunchy. So we're going to get we're going to break in a new red brush. That red brush, sorry red brush, bye-bye. Okay, and I'm going to start. I could start in the middle because I've got that Masking Magic. And then I go one way and then the other. Big sweeping, and then we're going to call that done. I'm going to clean that up because I will stick my hand in that. And here's the reveal. Ooh. And let's see if I can lift up that Masking Magic. Oh, look at that. It looks like a plate. Gently, because this is a very sharp tool, so I'm going to gently pull that off. Isn't that cool? That really makes it look like a plate. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean all of this. And because this is red, I'm using Gina's stamp cleaner. And just going to spritz it on the grip mat. See how it's stained. But if you use Gina's stamp cleaner, it does lessen that stain a little bit. And then for pour some out. Oops, that's the Gina cleaner. I need my alcohol. just regular isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to clean this stencil. Get that cleaned up nicely. And I'm going to put my grip mat back into and I'm sorry if that got blurry. I didn't give the camera anything to look at, but I'm going to put this grip mat back in my Misti and pull you out just a smidge. Okay, there. Something to look at, camera. I'm going to put my red ink away because we are done with that. And my red brush, my new red brush. I love new brushes. And this is the panel that I made, and I'll have that link to the video down below. And I'm going to grab Master Layout 1, the smaller of the two rectangles. And if you don't have the Master Layout series, this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And let's go ahead and bring in, I'm not using my Intracut today. Turn that off to the side and get this lined up. Let me cut this and I will be right back. Where's my pause button? Okay, so I have that all cut and I'm going to grab a pencil and a ruler and I'm going to mark at 1.5 on the edge on the back of this. So I'm going to do that on both sides because then I'm going to figure out how to cut this. I always cut it wrong and I want to make sure I don't cut it wrong. And since those are on the back, it really doesn't matter. And I want it to look like this. So this is 1.5 at 1.5. So I need to cut it from here to here. So I'm going to put my thumbs in the places where I need to cut it. Now my index finger. So this one to this. So a diagonal like that. And I flipped it over. And so it's like this on the other side. So I'm going to take Gina's trimmer and I'm going to line this up. Let me pull you in super close and see if you can see that. So I'm going to line up with the silver edge here. The little, it's really hard to see with the arm in the way. So I'm going to line up that tick mark with the pencil and the one on the bottom with the cutting edge. And then I'm going to get my hand out of the way, holding that cardstock. And then there you go. So this is how it was. And you have a twofer. So you can make 2 of these cards by just rotating it around like that. Isn't that cool? You can do this. I know when I cut this first one, when I was doing this sample card, I did it the other direction and had to redo it. So that's why I was being really methodical in showing you where I made the tick marks on the back of that and how I flipped it over. You can do that. So like I said, I did get everything cut out and I'm going to use, I didn't do a really good job of stamping this and I want a little bit darker. So I'm going to save these for my next card. And we're going to use in the, I'm noticing in my monitor that looks more like tomato soup than cherry red. It's a much deeper red. But this is a 5.5 by 8.5. So we're going to score this at 4.25. And get this scored down. We do have just a little bit more cutting to do, I think. No, we don't. No, we don't. I did it all already. So there's our card base. And I'm going to get the front panel together. So let me grab my glue. I think this is really cool. That makes for a really neat plate. You know what? I wonder what that would look like with white. I'll be right back. Okay, this might, I don't know, that kind of looks like a cute little plate. Or do I want the black? I think the black just makes it stand out a little more. But then I don't know. Maybe I need to make it cherry red. So hang on. Let's go one more step. I always have a concept. I even had a concept already done. And oh, I think that just makes it pop a little bit off the, I'm going to make it bigger. So hang on. I don't know. No, I'm liking the black. Yeah. Okay, this is how my brain works. I think the black makes it, adds a little bit of shadow underneath and makes it kind of pull off that background where the white and the red, it makes it blend in. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so let's get, that's for the inside. So let me go ahead and put the inside together, and I'm going to put this die back on my wall. I should do that sometime. I should show you my wall of dies. I saw a creator by the name of Ardith. I believe she created a 3-panel wall hangings, magnetic boards, and I fell in love with it. And I was getting something framed for my husband, and talked to the gentleman, and he's like, yeah, if you want to bring me in the magnets and I'll get them all framed. I did have them professionally framed here in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area. And I need to reach back out to him because I told him that I would promote his shop, and I haven't done that yet. Bad Diane. So this is how I'm going to do this. This I'm just putting right on the front, but before I do that, let me see if I can look at this. Nope, I bumped it right up against it. So let's go ahead and get this secured first. And then we'll put on our little lace, our tablecloth edge. That's what I'm calling it. And these were both cut out with Master Layout 1, the smaller of the two. And got these little mats I got from Stampin' Up when I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I would throw them in my cart, like my dimensionals, which is why I have so many of them. Okay, come on. Oh, I should have used Gina matte glue on this. Oh well, too late. And I'm just gonna put this and bump it right up against that edge. And then I'm gonna grab my big block, which I got from Stampin' Up. I have never found another company that does a block as large as this. I love it. I've dropped mine several times. It's cracked. And I just, because this is 5 inches by 6. And nobody else makes them this large, and I love them. So I may have to go find a Stampin' Up demonstrator and have them, there's my little scissors, my little snips. Yep, that's right up against it. Yep. And I'm going to cut it from the back side. And Sandy Lax, she posted, we're both members in Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends Facebook group. And she posted about cleaning your tools. Yes, Sandy, I need to clean all of my scissors and my Gina K Designs Guillotine trimmer. Let's go ahead and get this together while I've got the glue out. Because I'll just throw this up here and put that block on it. Oops, that moved. There we go. And get this attached. And then we can stamp. I'm going to stamp directly on the white. I know it's all together and I'm taking a chance. Okay, that came out pretty good. So I'm going to get that block, put that there. Let me grab my Misti again. Pull you out just a smidge. You don't need to be up that close and personal. Okay, now I'm just going to put this on here as straight as I can. And did I say I was doing a thank you or a happy birthday? I think I was doing a happy birthday. And actually, you know what? I need to do thank yous. I am out of thank yous in my stash for my Etsy store. I always like to include a nice little thank you. Oops. There we go. And I'm just going to use Memento Tuxedo Black because it's what's here on my desk. It's what I've used for 25 years or so for black. I hope that was straight. I didn't test it. Woohoo! And that looks good. So let's go ahead and pull that out of there. Clean this little guy off and put it back where it needs to go. Give the camera something to look at. I love the camcorder I have, but sometimes it gets confused. So I'm just going to tape this closed while I put this on the front. Oh, my husband and I live in the helicopter flight path between its home base north of us and the local hospital, and it just flew over. So it's probably heading back to home base to get fuel, would be my guess. Okay, strawberries. So I did all of these strawberries. in my last video, which I have linked down below, and I'll try, whoops, where is it? Up here. I'll try to get it up here somewhere. If I remember during posting the video, I will try to get that up there. And the plate, it is popped up. It is, sorry, I had an alarm going off. So let's get this plate affixed to this card. That way you can be on your merry way. And if you've got the kit, great. Pull that Strawberry Harvest folder out. Start playing with it. These strawberries are super fun to do. And I'm going to put one of those right here. And this other one here, I popped up like it was leaning against the other strawberry. Just like that. And then on the inside, I glued this little guy down to the inside. And then just down here in the corner. I think that's fun. And then I'm going to put that down. Grab Gina's matte glue because I really love using her matte glue when I'm putting all of my bling on. And I'm using Cartwright sequins and beads, and these are not their sequins, but these are, what are they, confetti, because they don't have a hole in the middle, so they call it confetti. I really like that plate. That's really cool. So we're going to go ahead, and I got to remember the matte glue. This is the problem I have switching between the matte and the Tombow glue I use, and I have a ton of Tombow glue that I need to use up before I completely 100% switch over to Gina's matte. The matte glue is a lot more fluid, so I don't have to squeeze as hard. So I just need to put little dots. I'll put some little dots down here. There, and get my pick and stick tool. Oh, those little guys are disappearing on me. And one right there, and I'm going to put a big one right down here. How does that look? I like that. That's very pretty. So thanks for joining me today in this little bonus video. I'm hoping I'm getting this out Sunday evening. The alarm just went off and it's 7 o'clock, and I have one more video I want to record, but I'm going to try to get this out. Thanks a lot for joining me. I will have all the supplies listed below. I love that plate. That is super cool. I'll have everything down below if you are shopping, and if you're not, go ahead, go down. If you would hit the like button, that would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by and taking a look at what I have to offer and giving you some ideas to use in your stash. If you don't have the Strawberry Harvest, find another fruit or a piece, small piece of cake, just something to put on a plate. And until next time, happy stamping.